Welcome to the 5G Hub. Here we'll provide you with peeking insight as to why 5G and its related applications are so attractive to be involved in today and moving into the future. Additionally, we'll give you an insider look as to how Hub 350 and the Kanata North Tech Park is supporting partner companies and enabling their development in these emerging industries. In today's episode, we will dive deeper into the topic of connected and autonomous vehicles. We've had the incredible opportunity to chat with Simon Morris, who is currently a mentor for the BlackBerry Ivy LSpark Accelerator Program. Fahed Hassanat, the Director of Engineering at Sensor Cortec, one of the startups participating in the LSpark AV Accelerator Program. Cliff Element, the Head of AI Solutions at ThinkRF. Dr. Barak Kantarsi, the Founding Director of the Smart Connected Vehicles Innovation Center in KNBA. And finally, Sonia Shori, the Vice President of Strategy, Marketing, and Communications for Invest Ottawa, who gave us so much insight on Area X.0. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the 5G Hub, a podcast brought to you by Hub 350.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia Frame, Director of Partnerships here at Hub 350. Hub 350 is the gateway to Canada's largest technology park, powered by the Kanata North Business Association. Hub 350 is an ecosystem for industry, academia, and investment partners to collaborate and innovate in the heart of Kanata North. With over 540 companies who collectively employ over 33,000 workers, KNBA has a long history in telecommunications and is home to several industry giants like Ciena, Ericsson, and Nokia. The hub excels in areas such as autonomous vehicles, artificial intelligence, and IoT, aiming to create a 5G connected community.
My name is Drayden, and I'm here today with my colleagues Daria and Raj.
Hey everyone, this is Daria. I'm really glad to be here today.
Hi, my name is Raj, and I'm looking forward to get this conversation started.
We are part of a team of interns from Carleton University partnering with KNBA and Hub 350 to conduct investigative market research and create insightful content that we are so excited to share with you, KNBA's amazing community of innovators, leaders, and industry professionals. In our last episode, we went into detail about 5G's technicalities and its advantages in line with the various innovative applications, particularly those in the drone industry. If you haven't had a chance to listen to our Drone and 5G episode, we recommend that you go listen there first. There you'll be able to broaden your general understanding of 5G and get a great outlook on the fast-growing drone industry around the world and here in the Kanata North Tech Park.
It was a great episode to kick off this series, and we're so happy to be back today to talk to you about connected and autonomous vehicles and the amazing innovations that companies in the industry working within KNBA are developing and implementing today.
Let's first start off today's chat by diving into, or should I say, driving into what connected and autonomous vehicles are and what makes this industry so attractive to be involved in today.
Yes, definitely. So fundamentally, these vehicles continue to be the personal method of transportation that we know and own today that allow us to go from point A to point B. However, the magic of autonomous vehicles is that they're capable of sensing the entire environment and operating with little or without human involvement at all, allowing for safer roads, a much better environmental impact with fewer fossil fuels and lower transportation costs. Connected and autonomous vehicles are also much more inclusive and certainly increase efficiency of personal transportation.
These are all great benefits for sure. The Society of Automotive Engineers, SAE's international standards provide 6 levels of automated cars ranging from 0 to 5. 0 being no automation, where a human driver performs all the aspects of driving, to level 5, that is full automation, where a driving system performs all the driving tasks and that can also be managed by human drivers if needed. To give you a reference of understanding, Tesla's Model S and Model Y are currently level 2. This shows us the autonomy is on a spectrum.
Yeah, so when we look at the various features that have been introduced to vehicles throughout the years, we can recognize the spectrum of autonomy. Autonomous assistance safety features first consisted of electronic stability control, blind spot warning, collision warning, auto emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, automatic parallel parking, and more. As these technologies continue to advance, features like autopilot technologies and remote parking assistance brought these assistance capabilities to new levels, leading the industry to developing solutions today that require no human intervention.
The evolution you have seen in this industry over the past few years has been significant. Trident can help you understand how connected and autonomous vehicles function.
Of course, so basically, autonomous vehicles function off of sensors, actuators, algorithms, machine learning systems, and powerful processors. Drawn from an article by Synopsys, these include video cameras that detect traffic lights, read road signs, track other vehicles, and identify pedestrians. There's also LiDAR, which is light detection and ranging, where sensors bounce pulses of light off the car's surroundings to measure distances, detect road edges, and identify lane markings. Then there are ultrasonic sensors in the wheels that detect curbs and other vehicles when parking. Highly developed software then processes all of this input, plots a path, and sends instructions to the car's actuators, which controls acceleration, braking, and steering. Therefore, hard-coded rules, obstacle avoidance algorithms, predictive modeling, and object recognition help the software follow traffic rules and navigate obstacles. Synopsys actually stated that today's cars have 100 million lines of code. Tomorrow's autonomous cars will have more than 300 million lines of code.
That is also impressive and crazy to imagine all of those elements working together flawlessly and to operate safely as well.
Yes, that is where the connectivity aspect becomes crucial. Luckily, with the low latency capabilities of 5G, autonomous vehicles will become much more reliable due to the increased ability for this hardware and software to detect, communicate, and process all of the data. Especially with the mass implementation of 5G networks generating smart cities, autonomous vehicles will be able to easily monitor all surrounding objects, from smartphones to bicycles to smart traffic management systems at intersections and sensing hazards, initiating the proper responses and improving safety for all.
That's really cool, and although some may remain hesitant about the safety and reliability of AVs, CAA stated that autonomous vehicles could actually help prevent up to 90% of traffic collisions through bypassing the issue of driver behavior, which is a major contributor to car crashes today. So ideally, connected and autonomous vehicles will follow the laws of the road much better than individuals do today, improving safety on the road. It will be a high priority for developers in the industry to program the vehicles to anticipate human behaviors in virtually any circumstances to recognize and respond immediately.
Definitely. Startups in the connected autonomous vehicle industry has for sure a difficult task at their hand to solve and to perfect the complexities of these products and the solutions. Luckily, one of the Hub 350s and KNB's very close partner, L-Spark, is currently facilitating a program to guide and support startups in the connected and autonomous vehicle industry.
Yeah, so this program is called the BlackBerry Ivy L-Spark Accelerator, and it's a connected cost accelerator program that works with companies developing solutions for connected vehicles who want to benefit from being part of the BlackBerry Ivy ecosystem. The program aligns innovative Canadian tech companies such as Sensor Cortec and Raven Connected into this cohort that go hand in hand with BlackBerry Ivy, BlackBerry's intelligent vehicle data platform.
It's such a great opportunity. We had the chance to interview Simon Morris, a serial tech entrepreneur and a subject matter expert in automotive tech and computer vision. Simon is currently a mentor for the BlackBerry Ivy L-Spark Accelerator program. Let's hear from Simon, who will explain to us what exactly BlackBerry Ivy is and how it benefits the AV industry.
Well, BlackBerry Ivy is a scalable, cloud-connected software platform where essentially they're positioned themselves to be able to fill in a piece of the puzzle that's missing in connected vehicles. So BlackBerry has come up with Ivy, and Ivy is essentially enabling access to all the various types of sensor data in a more predictable and defined way through a very robust API, so that when vehicles are connected and new apps or services are available on these connected vehicles, they can more easily access that sensor data and in a secure way.
Really great explanation from Simon Morris. He also provided us with his insights on what 5G will enable the connected and autonomous vehicle industry.
So in a connected vehicle, you have the two things 5G in particular will enable. One is this, as I mentioned, the low latency access to that data. And then the other is this higher bandwidth access. And in particular for video telemetry, which is what Raven's playing into, the cell phone operators, in fact, need, in a sense, use cases that will help justify the investment in making in 5G. And one of those, I think, use cases is, in fact, the connected vehicle, and in particular, a connected vehicle that actually has video telemetry data being moved between the network and the vehicle.
By combining the capabilities of BlackBerry Ivy with the implementation of 5G networks, there is a lot of opportunity for developers in the industry to enhance their products. Simon gave us some insight into how one of the program startups, Raven Connected, is putting this to use.
Raven Connected is an aftermarket video telemetry company. So they've got an aftermarket device that sits on the dash and collects video data from a forward-facing camera in the device on the dash, as well as an interior camera for monitoring the driver. They're focused on small and medium-sized fleets that want to have this video telemetry type of access in their vehicles. They also plug, more importantly, into the vehicle bus and are able to pull off important vehicle data, telemetry data. Position of the vehicle is through GPS, but they could pull off steering, braking, engine status, dynamics, and so on. So they're working out how to provide Raven connected device that is essentially running Ivy and accessing data in the vehicle through the Ivy interface, proving the utility of Ivy and providing vehicle sensor data. And Raven, as I mentioned, is more playing to not necessarily the opportunity in autonomous vehicles or semi-autonomous vehicles, but in the opportunity that vehicles will be connected, and particularly with high bandwidth, lower latency connections, so they can do real-time video telemetry.
That's really interesting, and it's so cool that this is being developed in the region and that they are working so closely with Elspark, our neighbor here at Hub 350. Simon also touched on Sensor Cortex Focus, which is another startup in the BlackBerry Ivy accelerator at Elspark.
Sensor Cortex, for instance, is focused on sensor fusion, but also the use of machine learning, AI for sensor processing, in particular radar signal processing. So they have a radar neural net product, for instance, they developed that is able to extract, let's say, more information from the radar data, say in particular 4D radar data. And that's important because that's a key sensor that's used in semi-autonomous and autonomous vehicles.
Very cool, right? We also had the amazing opportunity to chat with Fahad Hassanat, who is the Director of Engineering at Sensor Cortex, who gave us a really great breakdown of their focus moving forward in the industry.
So the vehicle of the future will drive itself. Mm-hmm. And although that we are not there at the moment, we are preparing for it. And artificial intelligence, developing AI for perception systems is one of the key parts of getting this industry closer, or the results of this industry closer. And perception sensors are actually sensors that help the machine see the surroundings. And once the vehicle is able to see what's around it, it's able to make decisions and then take actions, execute on those decisions to make the roads safer. Part of our engagement is basically bringing our technology and demonstrating how some of our AI engines are able to facilitate autonomous and ADAS tasks if they are placed on top of Ivy by consuming data from the Ivy platform.
Fahad also gave us a great insight on what 5G can do for the artificial intelligence and connected and autonomous vehicle industry.
Now, 3G came along, and then 4G, and then 5G. And with 5G, you are able to connect to multiple devices on the network, you are able to transmit huge amounts of data. And that alone has a significant impact on AI, because AI up to this point has been something that is developed at the lab, and once it reaches a certain maturity, it's released into the wild. With 5G, you can have that continuous development on the edge in a vehicle that is operating, or in a machine that is operating, and that will ensure that the machine will continuously feed the AI engine new data, and the AI engine will get better and better at doing its job. And of course, I mean, there is V2V, a vehicle to vehicle, V2X, vehicle to a platform, all of that facilitated by 5G in an enormous way.
This is a fantastic explanation of how these features will intertwine with AI and allow for great benefit. Finally, let's hear from Fahed about Sensor Cortex dream scenario.
We would like to create a technology that will have a positive impact on humanity, in general, either making the driving safer, or providing a technology that protects the privacy of people.
That is such an amazing mission to be working towards, and they're definitely on the right track. Fahed mentioned the privacy of individuals and how this is a major concern that many continue to have in regards to connected and autonomous vehicles, as more and more data is collected to optimize the performance and features of the cars and their surroundings. McKinsey & Company stated that the data generated from AVs will be worth as much as $750 billion by 2030. This creates some concern for drivers in terms of who controls this data and how it will be used.
Yes, let's talk more about this by drawing on from our conversation with Cliff Element, head of AI solutions at ThinkRF. ThinkRF is one of the proud affiliates of the Wesley Co. International. They are the leader in software-defined spectrum analysis platforms that monitor, detect, and analyze complex waveforms in today's rapidly evolving wireless landscape. By providing more flexibility, greater coverage, increased functionality, and better return on investment, ThinkRF solutions are ideal for regulatory and intelligence monitoring, telecom deployment optimization, and RF application development. Cliff gave us insight on how this company is helping alleviate the concern of data security.
And of course, as you increase the usage of RF from wired, now you're transmitting over an open medium. And now the concept of security comes in. You can have nefarious jammers coming in, causing trouble for critical infrastructure. You can have spoofing, where people are pretending to be a base station that they're not. Because it's an open medium. Raj, you can say, okay, we just stop this right now. We shouldn't be doing this. We're opening up another attack vector. But the problem is 5G and wireless is faster, better, cheaper, more flexible. It's going to open up new industries, new capabilities, new services. So we want to do that. But if you want the benefits on one side, the other side of the equation is, well, what are we exposing ourselves to? What are the liabilities that we can potentially get hit with? And this is where I think RF is going to play a major role as the world moves into more of a wireless domain for critical infrastructure. They're going to have to protect it, and they're going to have to monitor and detect. You see, the thing is, in order to protect, you have to monitor and detect. Then you can protect.
This is really insightful, and it's great to see the impact and helpful product and services that this Ottawa-founded company is providing this emerging industry. Not only is the data security a top concern for AV developers and users, I'd like to circle back to the physical safety concern that continues to be a major dilemma that industry players are facing right now, and how a local operation called Area X.0 is immensely benefiting AV safety and reliability development.
Yeah, so Area X.0 is the research and development complex founded and operated by Invest Ottawa, the lead economic development agency for tech-based industries in Canada's capital. Their purpose is to accelerate time to market and the commercial adoption of next-generation smart mobility, autonomy, and connectivity technology. They are a technology-rich and secure playground that is created for all-weather experimentation. Combining diverse expertise with Ottawa's telecom and cybersecurity strengths as a global tech hub, Area X.0 helps local, national, and global startups, SMEs, multinationals, and governments address grand challenges and opportunities. Their advanced range of technological resources enable efficient product design, development, testing, and client or regulator demonstration and adoption. In fact, they operate one of the most advanced communication systems in the world in a fully integrated V2X or vehicle to everything environment with authentic 5G from Nokia and Ericsson, two leading companies based right here in Canada North. And with the highest concentration of tech talent in North America, Ottawa is the ideal home for Area X.0. It has been the development and the testing grounds for technologies such as smart mobility solutions, connected and autonomous vehicles, unmanned aerial vehicles, robotics, Internet of Things, sensors, and other data collection systems, and more. These applications span telecom, smart agriculture, defense, security, public safety, unmanned aerial vehicles, and smart cities. Area X.0 is comprised of an over 1,800-acre private testing facility for tests that cannot be conducted safely on city streets in the Greenbelt area, and public test track on open city streets here in Canada's largest tech park. This enables companies to test and validate their innovations in a secure gated facility, and then test in a real-world setting safely when they're ready. Safety is Area X.0's guiding North Star. It is the gateway to world-class tech capabilities, project management, and support, valuable connections to partners, investors, federal regulators, policymakers, and so much more. Their objective is to help minimize development costs for innovators and SMEs, all while maximizing return on investment.
It's so amazing to have Invest Ottawa's Area X.0 as a partner here at Hub 350 in CanVA. Let's hear from Sonia Shourie, Vice President of Strategy, Marketing and Communications for Invest Ottawa. Bayview Yards and Area X.0 to learn more about how this amazing operation came to life.
Area X.0 is one of the moonshots that emerged during our strategic planning process all the way back in 2017. Ottawa is a global tech hub built on decades of internationally recognized telecom and cybersecurity expertise and capabilities. We also have a thriving smart mobility cluster anchored by BlackBerry QNX and more than 100 companies and organizations contributing technology and expertise to vehicles of the future. These are really some of the greatest innovation and technological strengths we have to offer the world. In late 2017, we had the privilege of collaborating with BlackBerry QNX when they hosted the first on-street test of an autonomous vehicle in Canada with live city infrastructure. In 2018, we seized a unique funding opportunity created by the Government of Ontario under the AV Innovation Network, or what was known as the AVIN program. And together with a host of amazing public and private sector partners, we created the Ottawa L5, a connected and autonomous vehicle test track and the first integrated test facility of its kind in North America. This was really the first milestone in our journey to create what is now Area X.0, our all-weather R&D complex for next-gen smart mobility, autonomy, and connectivity. And this would never have been possible without powerful collaboration and millions, tens of millions in dollars in funding, technology, and expertise from our co-founding partners. And these include the Government of Canada, FedDev Ontario, the Government of Ontario through AVIN, what is now OVIN, the Ontario Vehicle Innovation Network, the City of Ottawa, leading world-class companies such as Accenture, BlackBerry QNX, Ericsson, the National Capital Commission, Microsoft, and Nokia. And then we have our founding research partners, our amazing post-secondary institutions here in the capital, Algonquin College, Carleton University, La Cité, and the University of Ottawa. It's a winning formula. And it's a privilege for our team at Invest Ottawa to collaborate with these partners to realize the vision of Area X.0 and accelerate the development, commercialization, and safe adoption of smart mobility technologies. This is critical for Ottawa, for our region. The global smart mobility market is projected to be worth about $250 billion by 2030. So this is critical market opportunity for our innovators and companies. And together, we're helping those startups, scale-ups, SMEs, and their partners capitalize on the many new opportunities that this creates. It's an absolute honor for us.
Such a great story, and definitely a perfect formula to create something so impactful for the industry right here in Canada North. We got to hear more from Sonia about what Area X.0's amazing test track and facility ground looks like today.
Area X.0's private test facility is located on vast farmland in the Greenbelt, right in the center of Canada's capital. It's about 15 minutes from Parliament Hill, the seat of our federal government, and home to many regulators and legislators. This is a huge advantage for innovators and companies that are commercializing smart mobility solutions to have the opportunity to collaborate with those regulators directly at AreaX.O. And this facility is massive. It spans the equivalent of about 1,400 football fields and is nearly 4 kilometers from north to south. When you come in, you drive past all these fields of corn and you enter a true living lab and smart city, which is outfitted with tens of millions of dollars worth of technology. So hidden from street view, this complex enables the safe and secure testing, demonstration, and adoption of all of these different smart mobility solutions. It's truly amazing. We operate one of the most advanced communications test infrastructures in the world, classic for Ottawa, which is really a telecom hub. It's got numerous GPS systems, 4G LTE, Wi-Fi, LoRa, TV whitespace, and authentic 5G, including millimeter wave from Nokia and Ericsson, and satellite communication systems. We have low-speed automated shuttles, CAVs, drones, and other smart mobility innovations that rely on these communication systems and a multitude of sensors to navigate safely. We run Band 14, the spectrum dedicated to first responders, enabling public safety, security, and defense CAV and related tests and projects. Another big differentiator is our 100-acre smart farm, outfitted with artificial intelligence, sensors, analytics, and other technologies that help producers and farmers put data to work to increase their productivity, profitability, and performance. That's critical. We all rely on food every single day. So this test facility, our track, and all the infrastructure that's created with our amazing partners is truly second to none. The City of Ottawa has developed a smart city that mirrors public city streets right to spec, from the lights to the lines on the road. And this is critical for authentic testing and to accelerate adoption. AreaX.O has that 5G millimeter wave technology from Nokia and Ericsson. And these are amazing companies based right in Canada North. They have amazing R&D teams that are anchored here in Ottawa, and they're on site with us every day, every single week at AreaX.O in different ways. They've contributed deep discounts in the tens of millions of dollars to support the capabilities we make available to all the researchers, innovators, startups, and scale-ups that we serve through AreaX.O. So when you come and you drive in, you will see great big towers. You will see connected and autonomous vehicles and low-speed automated shuttles, drones, military and first responder vehicles driving across our track. If you walk into our command center, you'll see data flowing across big walls of screens that give us oversight of our entire site. That's critical to safety. You'll see robots and a level railway crossing with the gates going up and down, all to spec, and of course incredibly brilliant people from every walk of life. This technology, these capabilities, they are bleeding edge. Some of them are not even brought to market yet. And this is really the power of AreaX.O and our living lab, our partners, made in Ottawa, only in Ottawa. The innovators and SMEs we serve are putting all these capabilities, 5G and data, to work to advance the commercialization and adoption of their solutions every day. And these capabilities are helping them get to market faster. This is important because it drives global exports and revenues that build our local and national economy and help to solve global challenges. It really is a triple win.
This is very exciting and allows for such great opportunities for all companies and especially startups in the connected autonomous vehicle industry. They can test and develop so much for their products and services for all of the offerings of AreaX.O to perfect the safety and security of their developments, which is so crucial.
Safety is our top priority at AreaX.O. These are revolutionary technologies that are evolving rapidly and ones that our society are really still learning about and getting comfortable with. There's a very wide spectrum of comfort levels in terms of those who actually want to ride in a connected and autonomous vehicle in autonomous mode. Many of the pilots that we've conducted with Transport Canada, startups, and SMEs have not only evaluated the performance and impact of smart mobility tech, but also how people feel about these solutions. This includes the low-speed automated shuttle pilot we hosted in Canada North at the Marshes Golf Course back in 2019, and the first low-speed automated shuttle pilot test on public city streets in Ontario in Tunney's Pasture in 2020. This was right in the middle of the pandemic, so this pilot delivered a wealth of insight to regulators, innovators, and companies that are going to help to accelerate the safe commercialization and adoption of these solutions in all types of conditions facing all types of challenges. Technology that's as complex and interconnected as vehicle to everything really requires these tests and pilot programs to develop test, and refine these solutions. And that's what we do with our partners every day at AreaX.O.
All great points, placing so much emphasis on the importance of testing and safe execution of AVs. AreaX.O's location is another major advantage that provides users with perfect measures to test their products in all possible conditions, helping maximize their return on investment.
The testing, validation, and demonstration that AreaX.O enables in all weather conditions across 4 seasons is really essential to the safe and secure adoption of these technologies in future. Our private test facility enables testing and demonstrations that can't be done safely on city streets. So all of that rigorous testing and validation can take place safely, surrounded by all that corn and farmland. And then when innovations are ready, we bring them into our public test facility in Canada North, where they can be implemented safely with the support of the City of Ottawa, AreaX.O, and all of our partners. So we think that's a very novel solution. And working together with regulators such as those at Transport Canada, we're really enabling those innovators to evaluate how their technology performs in many different conditions. This includes our harsh Ottawa winters with temperatures and wind chills that often dip to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Who knew that snow, sleet, and ice would be such a competitive advantage, right? It's not just a Canadian problem either. About 70% of the US population lives in the snow belt. So the outcomes of these rigorous tests in all weather conditions is going to help to drive the continuous evolution, improvement, and safety of smart mobility innovations that will change our lives for the better. They'll create greener, cleaner solutions, more inclusivity for citizens and communities. I'm incredibly excited about the opportunity to help create this future with innovators, companies, and regulators here in Canada's capital for citizens in our community and many others around the world.
Although our changes in weather can sometimes be rough, it clearly is an ideal condition for testing this technology and develop a safe EV.
Exactly. I'd now like to shift our conversation by taking an academic perspective on the CAV industry. I had the chance to interview Dr. Barak Kantarsi, who is currently a professor of electrical engineering and computer science in the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Ottawa, and who is the founding director of the Smart Connected Vehicles Innovation Centre here in the Canada North Tech Park, which also happens to be KNVA's first academic lab. Let's hear from Dr. Barak on the mission of his lab.
This research center that is at the core of Canada's largest technology park, as I mentioned earlier, in proximity of multiple universities, it has a mission to create a sort of rendezvous point for multiple stakeholders, including researchers in multiple Canadian universities and industry affiliates in various domains. And by doing so, we're aiming to accelerate the cutting-edge research on smart, connected, and autonomous vehicles to roll into innovative solutions and prototypes for smart cities and communities. And this particular research center, with its experimental and open access infrastructure, uniquely positions itself in this field with a research vision that involves integrated solutions with open data sets, open protocols and platforms to facilitate secure, trustworthy, and ubiquitous services offered for and by the self-driving cars, drones, and ground bots, alongside some verticals, just like sensing as a service, security as a service, and infrastructure as a service.
This is so great, and as a student myself, it's great to hear about these really interesting research opportunities. Let's hear from Dr. Barak about current research being conducted in the lab here in Canada's largest tech park.
What we are trying to do in this research center with my students and my researchers is to contribute to the cutting edge research in safety, security, connectivity, and dependability of connected and autonomous vehicles by leveraging our background in communications, networking, signal processing, and AI. The students or researchers in general, under my supervision in this research center and lab, they have the opportunity to conduct research in their research on a real indoor test bed with real data acquired from a realistic setup, a realistic environment. And also they work on a high performance computing back end by using the state-of-the-art development tools that are really in high demand across various industries in Canada and all around the world.
We also got to hear his point of view on how the commercial deployment of 5G networks will contribute to the innovation of connected and autonomous vehicles.
As we move towards 5G and beyond, we will need more and more context-aware and situational-aware solutions at the protocol level, at the security level, at the service provisioning level. And that will also apply to the CAV domain as well, because they're going to be also making some on-the-fly decisions. And they're going to be cooperating to come up with some intelligent models. And of course, cooperation between AVs under some imperfect channel conditions, for example, is still something under investigation. And we are also pursuing research to address that challenge. And these benefits, the challenges or solutions developed to address those challenges, and the advances in 5G technology will go hand in hand. We have partnered up with currently 13 companies, 13 industry partners in Canada Technology Park, just in a year, by the way. And we are now expanding our partner portfolio almost every day and every month, as I can say. So what specific problems we are addressing with our industry partners include cybersecurity, for example. In between 2020 and 2022, my research lab and Sienna collaborated on the OCI 5G Encore under the OCI 5G Encore program. And currently, I'm also collaborating with another Canada North company to develop security by design solutions for autonomous vehicles. So the company is in the RF domain. I can mention the names ThinkRF. Also with another partner company, for instance, Lytica, which is in the supply chain business. We are providing supply chain optimization solutions in collaboration with our partner. That they have been actually a long-standing partner with our lab. And we also collaborated, and we are currently collaborating with BlackBerry, also on an IDS project funded by the Department of National Defense to develop situational aware security solutions for 5G-enabled AVs. ThinkRF is also another partner in that project. We also have a second second IDS project funded by the Department of National Defense that is in collaboration with Wesley Clover and TELUS. We also have another partner, for example, Raven Connected. So these are just to mention a few. There are several other projects, but mainly they are contributing to the research, academic research.
Wow, so many great partnerships all happening here in Canada North. Thanks again to Dr. Barak for this insight and also for facilitating such amazing research and contributing to the development of groundbreaking innovations. Continuing on the topic of the advantages of being here in the Canada North Tech Park, let's hear once again from Invest Ottawa's Area X.O's Sonia Shourie, who also touched on the benefits of being a partner of Hub 350, the gateway to Canada's largest tech park.
We're so excited and privileged here in Ottawa to be surrounded by great innovators, leading post-secondary institutions, top-tier multinationals working in the space that have worldwide recognition and market traction, investors that believe in this at all three levels, city, province, feds, collaborators, ecosystem collaborators, right, from Invest Ottawa to Hub 350, Canada North Cavco. It's a whole of ecosystem approach that makes Area X.O work, and frankly, that makes companies and an economy thrive. We're very fortunate here.
Great to hear from Sonia, and I'd like to draw on our chat from Fahed from Sensor Cortex one last time to let you in on how he views the opportunities here at KNBA and Hub 350.
I mean, just simply put it, Canada North Tech Park puts all the good stuff under one roof.
Okay.
So if you're there, you are in reach forward, with all the cool guys that that are in the Canada in the tech sector, and and although we are not directly involved, but we are we are in contact with people that are there. For example, Elspark, you're very well aware of that. And that's, I mean, as simple as that. It's just facilitate the connection with the big industry players. Of course, 5G will create fertile ground for companies with new technologies and new ideas to spring out and develop. And the tech park sort of nurturing that technology and allowing for that fertile environment to be ready for new companies will definitely help in that, accelerating that process. So I mean, I see the tech park playing a pivotal role in making life easier for new companies with new ideas come to light.
We love to hear that KNBA and Hub 350 is proud to be the source of innovation for so many, especially in the connected autonomous vehicle industry.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the 5G Hub surrounding connected and autonomous vehicles.
Through insider access to industry professional insight, we hope that you now have a greater grasp of why 5G and its related connected and autonomous vehicle applications are so attractive to be involved in today and moving into the future, and how Hub 350 and the Canada North Tech Park is supporting partner companies and enabling their development in the emerging connected autonomous vehicle industry.
Make sure you tune in to our upcoming episodes that will focus on topics such as healthcare and 5G and finance. And if you haven't already, make sure you listen to last week's episodes on drones and 5G. For KNBA and Hub 350, there's always so much more to learn and so many connections to be made. Be sure to stay connected and follow us on all of our socials at Hub_350 or at Hub350 and at Canada North BA.
Thank you so much to all of our guests, Simon Morris, Elspark mentor for the BlackBerry Ivy Accelerator Program, Fahed Hassanat, the Director of Engineering at Sensor Cortec, Cliff Element, the Head of AI Solutions at ThinkRF, Dr. Barak Kantarsi, Associate Professor at the University of Ottawa, and the Founding Director of the Smart Connected Vehicles Innovation Center in KNBA, and Sonia Shourie, the Vice President of Strategy, Marketing, and Communications for Invest Ottawa. We would also like to thank MyTax for making this project a reality.
Finally, a big thank you to our team, Jordan Campbell and Raj Balodia, my co-hosts for today's episode, as well as Taran Khan and Poria Prasai.
And a big thank you to Daria Ivatsek, our third co-host for today's episode.
Thank you for listening to the 5G Hub, a podcast brought to you by Hub 350.